Welcome back to Momentum 99. We'll be moving on to the second problem of finding the natural frequency of a given torsional system or a simple pendulum. Now, looking at the diagram, we will be using two methods. One is the Newton method and the other is the energy method. Now, to study the diagram is very simple to the previous problem what we have solved in the previous video. Now, only the location of the mass is different with respect to the point of suspension O. In the previous problem, we had the mass falling towards the point of suspension. If this string is removed or this wire or this length L is removed, in this case if you take this mass M, it is moving away from the point of suspension. Just compare the two diagrams of the previous video and this one, you will be getting the difference. What is the difference lying between these two? Now, to study the diagram, we have this point of suspension O and the mass is suspended at a distance L from the point of suspension, and we have this spring having stiffness K, and this is suspended from the point of suspension O at a distance A. Now, whenever a diagram of this type is given, you people should identify the distances of the spring and the distance of the mass from the point of suspension O. Usually A will be the distance of the spring from the point of suspension and L will be the distance of the mass from the point of suspension here. And note the differences between the previous problem and this one. Now, using the Newton's method, we know that first we have to draw the free body diagram. Now, as I said earlier, free body diagram, you will be considering only the masses and you will not be considering any other element, because we need to represent what all the forces which are acting on the mass which is suspended from the point of suspension O here. Now, what I do is I will be drawing this dotted line. What you are seeing at the middle, this is nothing but the equilibrium point, where the summation of all the forces and the moment acting on the mass M will be equal to 0, hence the body will be under equilibrium. Now, what I do, I will be applying a certain force. That force results in the production of an acceleration given by m into x double dot, what you are seeing here. Okay. Now since our mass is under the combined effect of acceleration due to gravity and the spring force, we need to represent these two forces. So, when the bob tends to have an acceleration of mx double dot, now look at this down arrow, what you are seeing, you will be seeing m into g. That is nothing but mg represents the acceleration due to gravity, where the weight of the mass will be attracted towards the center of the earth, that is called as center of gravity, m into multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. And mx double dot is nothing but the left arrow, what you are seeing, when an external force acts on a mass on the left direction, it will be having an acceleration given by mx double dot if the body tends to move in a straight direction. Now, since our mass is said to have a torsional or an angular displacement, what we do from the equilibrium point up to this position, whatever the angle we have written, we will be representing this distance as theta, what we have written in the topmost corner of at the point of suspension O here. Now, we have to represent, now let's represent the distances of this spring and as well as mass. Now, the inclined length of this distance, what I have written, this spring force Ka into theta. Now, the distance is A from the whatever the diagram they have given on the left side here. Now, see here, the spring distance is A and the mass is L. Represent the same distances on the right side. A you have written here, you can put another parallel line to that and you can write the L here. Now, since we do not need the linear distances and we need the angular distances, what I do is this distance here from this point and to the dotted line, this A theta, how I will be getting, I will be multiplying this distance location of the spring multiplied by the angular displacement, hence I will be getting the distance as A into theta. Now, similarly in this case, what is the length of this string now from O to M? There is nothing but the mass. The length we know that this is L and the displacement is theta, hence I will be getting this small horizon, the angular displacement as L into theta. And what is the force of the spring now? As said earlier, the spring force is given by K into theta. You have to remember this one. So, the overall spring force is given by K into theta into A theta. Just remember this diagram. This is the free body diagram here. Now, let's move on to the Newton's method now. Now, Newton's method, we know that I have said earlier that acceleration forces will be written on the left hand side and the restoring forces will be written on the right hand side. Acceleration force is nothing but any force which is trying to make the body to have certain motion, and the restoring forces are nothing but the forces which are restricting the motion that are produced by the external forces. So, these are nothing but equal and opposite in direction. So, what we will be doing is we will be writing the moment now. I naught represents the moment of inertia with respect to the point O. Now, I naught is nothing but we will be writing this as, move on to the second line, I naught into theta double dot. Now what is theta double dot? Is nothing but acceleration in case of angular displacement. If you had linear motion, look at this diagram. If I had linear motion, I would have written as x double dot, and in case of torsional vibration, m will be replaced by I, and naught represents is nothing but the point of suspension O, and x will be replaced by theta. Hence I will be writing, instead of writing mx double dot, the acceleration forces, I will be writing it as I naught into theta double dot. I move on to the RHS part, is nothing but ml square. You will be writing this is nothing but RHS part is summation of all the couples about the point O. Now which are the restoring forces? One, we have the spring, and the other is nothing but we have the acceleration due to gravity. Now the spring force I have said earlier, Ka into theta. You have to remember this straight formula. Don't worry about how you got, nothing. There is a big derivation for that one. You need not learn that one. Just remember this one, K into distance into angular displacement into again distance. Now negative indicates that it is trying to restrict the motion, or it is trying to bring back the body again to the equilibrium position. And we have this acceleration due to gravity mg into L theta. Why we have taken minus here? I have said earlier, whenever the mass will be tending to move away from the point of suspension over here. If you try, now imagine this one, you have the point of suspension over here. I will be cutting off this string of length L. Where the body moves, it moves towards the ground, and it will not be moving towards the point of suspension. Hence you will be taking this mg into L theta as minus quantity here. Now rearrange all these things as the previous problem. Arrange this with respect to the last this thing. You will be getting a standard form of the equation like theta double dot plus Ka square plus mgl into theta divided by ml square. This is equal to 0. Now compare this with the standard equilibrium equation. What I have shown you people in the previous this thing. I will be telling it again. Theta double dot plus omega n square into theta is equal to 0. Compare those two, you will be getting the natural frequency equation as this quantity, radians per second. Now, if you want to write this natural frequency from radians per second to hertz, you will be writing this as Fn equals 1 by 2 pi into omega n. That is, you will be representing the same equation, and Fn is always represented by hertz. Moving on to the second method, energy method. Energy method consists of two energies. One is kinetic energy represented by T, and the potential energy represented by V. Now, kinetic energy, the conventional equation we have seen in the previous problem. I have shown you people by writing the equation half into mv square. Since we are considering the angular displacement, the mass will be represented by, replaced by I naught, and the x displacement will be replaced by theta. That is nothing but angular displacement. Now, half mv square, that is nothing but mass will be writing it as moment of inertia with respect to the point O, I naught, and theta dot, it represents nothing but velocity. V represents velocity, hence x is theta, V is theta dot, and acceleration small a equals theta double dot. This is how you people should remember here. Now I will be writing this equation as half into I naught. We have seen in the previous part of this video where I have shown you how you will be writing I naught as ml square. Look at that portion if you have not got properly again now. Half into, we will be rewriting this equation as half into ml square into theta dot square. Now potential energy, going on to the potential energy, V equals mgl into 1 minus cos theta. See, potential energy is nothing but whatever the potential energy that is possessed by, the first is the mass and the second is the spring element here. The mass, since the mass is moving away from the point of suspension, we will be writing this equation as mgl into 1 minus cos theta. In the previous problem, since the mass was falling towards the point of suspension, we have written there mgl into just cos theta. You have to remember this is the other case here. And plus half into kx square, x is the linear displacement. We are considering here the angular displacement, hence x will be replaced by a into theta. Obviously x square is equal to a square into theta square. Now in this energy method, what we will be doing, we will be adding the kinetic energy and the potential energy here. That should be equal to constant. Next, after adding these two equations, we will be differentiating that with respect to dt. Now differentiating that, rearranging, combining all the like terms like theta, theta double dot, everything, you will be getting this final equation theta double dot plus mgl plus ka square whole divided by ml square into theta is equal to 0. And here what we do is, we will be comparing this again with the standard equation, and comparing that with the standard equation, we will be getting the equation of natural frequency as omega n equals root of ka square plus mgl divided by ml square radians per second. And if you want to find out the linear frequency, Fn equals 1 by 2 pi multiplied by this omega n, and there the linear frequency will be representing by hertz or cycles per second. This is how the energy method is used to solve the given problem. Thank you.